So this past Sunday in Austria, we had two different races with our drivers. We had Charles starting on a soft tire, which suffered a collision on lap 1 and had to stop to change the front wing. So we chose to change the tires for a hard compound, which would give Charles the opportunity to go long on the race. We had Carlos that had started on medium outside the top 10 and was the third car on medium in a train of cars. The first car on medium to go backwards was Ricciardo, which suffered a power unit issue. And finally on lap 25, Russell stopped and left Carlos as the lead car on mediums. This was quite critical for Carlos's race. Our objective that day was to try and be the first car on medium and go as long as we possibly could to do what we call an offset strategy. So we gave him a target lap time. We had in our minds to get to Norris with 5 laps to the end. When we came out of the pits, Hamilton was going quicker than us. But shortly after that, Hamilton started suffering with rear degradation and was not going quicker than Carlos any longer. So we had to try and overtake Hamilton and try and go and chase Norris at that point. With Charles, though, having started on the hard tire, he made good progress and then found himself in the same train as Carlos was on. So with Charles having fitted the hard, we ended up stopping before Carlos on lap 37. And then we had to overtake that whole group that Carlos was fighting. As a matter of fact, Charles overtook 10 competitors during that race, and that's how he managed to finish P7 from being nearly last. This is not a very common scenario, but sometimes we find ourselves in the position that we want to unlap ourselves. This was the case with Carlos and Hamilton. From a regulation point of view, if you have a car that is 1 lap down and the competitor gets within 1.2 seconds of it, he will get blue flags. At first he will get flashing blues, to which is just a warning. But after this gap reduces to less than 1.2 seconds, the driver that's being lapped will get solid blues. Solid blues gives the driver the cue that he has to let the competitor by at the earliest opportunity. So you have to make sure that you can pull this 1.2 second gap. But in this occasion, we wanted to be perfectly clear with the race director. So we called Michael Massey, the race director, and we told him that we planned to unlap ourselves. And of course, he gave us the consent, provided that we could pull away from Hamilton. Carlos duly did so, and he managed to pull away from Hamilton. Next week, we have another race at the same venue. This has become a bit of a normal thing, as we did this at 3 different venues last year. What we learned at this place is that we can use a lot of the information gathered on the first race to form the second race. Trend-wise, we have also learned that teams and drivers learn how to drive the track better. So in general, for our same compound, the degradation goes down if we race there twice. Now, Pirelli, taking this into account, have given us softer compounds for the second event. Now, we have to see how the C5 or the softest compound that Pirelli provides us will work in Austria. Depending on how the C5 will work or not, it might become a 2-stop or still be a 1-stop race next week.